Hey everyone, my name is Ash and welcome to my channel. For today's video, we will be discussing the road to what we all know as the popular video app, TikTok. We'll get into the impact of Vine, how the apps are different from each other, as well as how going viral and become famous is different on each app. But before we get started, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, please leave a comment letting me know your thoughts as well as other topics you would want to see in the future. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Before we can get into TikTok, we need to discuss what led up to its popularity. As many of you know, Vine was a social media app that centered around the creation and sharing of short, 6-second videos. The app was the origins of many popular influencers that we know today. Some include Shawn Mendes, as well as other Madcon boys like Nash Greer, Cameron Dallas, Jack and Jack, and a bunch of other guys. Some other popular names include Liza Koshy, Lele Pons, David Dobrik, Gabby Hanna, Brent Rivera, and a lot more. During Vine's peak, there was a group of female creators called the Glam Squad. This group included Viners like Gabby Berry, Lacey Faith, Alexa Ray, Queen Maya, Selfie C, and Safari Gage. These girls mainly gained fame for their vines of them lip-syncing and dancing to popular songs of the time. While they were met with a lot of followers and positivity, they still received hate from time to time. Some people felt that what they were doing was not real content, as opposed to other Vines available on the app. Nevertheless, the Glam still remained popular during the peak of Vine, and their impact, as well as many other Viners who created similar content, is what could be believed led to the creation and popularity of Musical.ly, now known as TikTok. As Vine grew more popular, there was a bunch of different levels of fame that came with it. Obviously, we know a bunch of Viners that did really well and are continuing to do well, and others that more or less have faded out. But regardless of this, it can be noted that Vine fame came to these people due to the fact that they were attractive, entertaining, and marketable. So fans not only looked up to them, but also wanted to be just like them. They also didn't have as many scandals, and if they did, they usually were able to bounce back rather easily. When we compare the scandals that have come out of Musical.ly and TikTok, things seemed less problematic on Vine. However, Vine was popular at a time when cancel culture wasn't really a big thing yet, so unless it was caught by a lot of people, it was more or less swept under the rug. And while it would be false to say that Vine was totally unproblematic, we can arguably say that it was less problematic. While the popular app is now available as Byte, it hasn't gained as much traction considering the fact that TikTok has essentially taken its place. But even with the reviving of Vine as Byte, or even the massive popularity of TikTok, nothing truly embodies the soul and energy of the old Vine. While the old Vine is gone, the memes of its past still live on YouTube, with countless Vine compilations for users who want to reminisce on
Damn, you got a date? Or not? You tryna date? Or not?
Next, we will be discussing what was essentially Vine's predecessor, Musical.ly. Musical.ly was, as many of you know, a video sharing app centered around short, lip-syncing videos. Musical.ly has been said to have attributed to the trend of viral songs.
I'm a fucking black Barbie, pretty face, perfect body, pink seats.
She said, "Hola, ¿cómo está?" She said, "Konnichiwa." She said, "Pardon my French." I said, "Batumara."
You say you want it, just wanna take my money. I just
As Musical.ly started to get more popular, a new wave of young influencers began to rise. Some of which include Baby Ariel, Lauren Gray, Malu Trevejo, Leah Eleu, Daniel Kahn, Jacob Sartorius, Kristen Hancher, Lisa and Lena, and a bunch others. This is when the line between social media and social life starts to get blurry. Unlike Vine, there have been a considerable amount of negative talk surrounding the musers. A lot of drama between the musers made its way off of Musical.ly and onto other social medias, like Instagram and Twitter. There would be fights and breakups between creators, allegations of child exploitation, and a lot of things in between. And while some of this can be seen as just teenage drama, it really does show how invested we are in the lives of others and how much we feel like we really know them. And while we like feeling close to our favorite content creators, there eventually needs to be a line drawn. Nowadays, people tend to be more open on the internet than before, which presents the question of how much is too much, and why are these things not regulated more? These questions and more have been asked, and many articles discussing the topic of child privacy have come up. People have stated seeing videos, some including minors, engaging in inappropriate behavior on the app, as well as reports of predators in the comments. The Federal Trade Commission even filed a complaint against Musical.ly, stating that the platform illegally collected personal information from children. With all these concerns, it's a wonder that Musical.ly had such a large minor user base. This especially since even after merging with TikTok, these issues and more are still present today. TikTok, like its predecessors, is a video sharing app that features an array of content such as dancing, singing, comedy, and talent. These videos can be up to a minute long and have been praised for being very entertaining and creative. The app has grown extremely popular across a wide array of people, but the main audience has usually stayed around the teen and young adult age range. Due to this, it makes sense that a lot of big accounts would be run by those in similar age groups. Much like those of Musical.ly, creators like Charli D'Amelio and Addison Rae have achieved a lot of success through going viral on the app. They, as well as other creators, have been involved in campaigns, TV show appearances, and a bunch of other opportunities. Out of the three apps, TikTok has definitely offered more opportunities for its users overall. People tend to say that if you want to go viral and achieve some form of internet fame, you should make a TikTok. Unfortunately, with all the good that comes from the app, there have been a decent amount of downsides as well. Like I said earlier, we have really started getting into the private lives of teens. This is still a running theme on TikTok. For example, we've definitely seen a bunch of headlines about Charli D'Amelio, seeing as she's the most followed person on the app. We watched her and her sister Dixie gain a huge following and are even preparing for their own TV show. However, she has unfortunately been linked to drama regarding the Hype House, including her relationship with Chase Hudson, also known as Little Huddy. She, as well as Addison Rae, have also had to speak out and ask people to stop body shaming them. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And while it's understandable that it's ultimately their choice to put themselves out there, it still is kind of unfortunate that there's so much drama when the point of TikTok is to have fun. Other than getting into the lives of teenagers, TikTok just tends to be more problematic than its predecessors. Along with the child privacy issues that were inherited from Musical.ly, there have also been issues regarding racism on the app. One example includes 2 high school seniors getting expelled for their use of the N-word and making stereotypical remarks about black people in a video. Another report discusses racist TikToks against Asians, referencing to the eating of bats and the pandemic in general. TikTok has also recently come under fire for allegedly censoring hashtags surrounding the Black Lives Matter movement and George Floyd. There have also been issues with sexism and misogyny. Articles have come out after videos of women being assaulted and made to look weak were posted on the app. Other articles have been reported on misogynistic videos and comments objectifying women being posted as well. Users have also claimed biases in the algorithm, especially pertaining to body shapes. If you weren't aware, TikTok's old guidelines had been exposed a couple months ago for supposedly suppressing videos that had featured those who had abnormal body shapes, were chubby, had an obvious beer belly, were obese, were too thin, or those who had ugly facial looks or deformities. While these guidelines have been changed, and TikTok has stated that these old guidelines don't align with their values, it really brings into question what TikTok's values really are. As these apps started to evolve, more positives and negatives started to show. Considering the fact that Vine was a pretty big platform and had varying degrees of niches, any issues that really came up usually stayed within their niche. I think what's starting to happen is that people are more open on the internet more than ever, and due to this, their negative aspects are being shown more often. I think TikTok should try to regulate the problem more, but obviously, like we've seen, it's pretty widespread. And if you really think about it, why would TikTok fix any of these issues? They have around 800 million active users, and they are worth around $75 billion. So at the end of the day, they know that people are still coming back, regardless of how they feel about the app. And since TikTok isn't completely bad, users overlook the issues and continue to use the app. I think people need to take better accountability for themselves and hold themselves responsible for their actions. TikTok's moderators and algorithm, at the end of the day, can only do so much. And it really is up to us to hold each other accountable and watch out for each other, especially our young and impressionable users. And speaking to that, regarding these young creators and their TikTok fame, let kids and young adults enjoy the app. Enjoy and pass their content without cyberbullying or body shaming or just being overall rude to them. The platform's main user base are teens and young adults, and they should be allowed the opportunity to have fun, just like everyone else. However, be mindful of inappropriate content, report it as necessary, and take the proper measures to not encourage this content or behavior. While TikTok does have its problems, it has received praise as well. The algorithm is arguably better than previous apps and does a pretty good job at presenting people with videos that actually interest them. It has also helped songs become more popular, even years after their release. This is great for singers who want to get their songs heard, and it also provides fun dance crazes. Saving is also a lot simpler, which allows users to share videos both on and off the platform. This has also helped videos go viral. I think the biggest thing that TikTok has done right is that it's made itself essentially for everyone. I think that while Vine did bring a lot of users together to enjoy things, TikTok reaches and connects a larger span of people overall. No matter who you are or where you're from, there is someone or something on there for you. While TikTok does get its rightful slander, it has brought us together in a totally new way. And while there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, we can all agree that TikTok has given us great content over the past couple months and doesn't look to be slowing down anytime soon. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!